May I have to take permission from Venerable Bhante, dear faithful devotees, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. We have to recite Namo Tassa 3 times before we start our Dhamma talk. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Yeah. So today is our Dhamma talk. Today we are going to start. First of all, I think, do you remember, we already explained what is the meaning avijja and sankhara, and what is the relationship with avijja and sankhara. Today, our topic is vijnana, consciousness. But there are a lot of things inside according to Pali commentary. Some of the part we have to explain, we cannot skip. There are a lot of things inside, very wonderful and very meaningful explanation. Because of that, this avijja, the vijnana, we have to divide into the few parts. Example, overview of content, definition of consciousness, 32 resultant consciousness, overview of formation as condition for consciousness, the occurrence of resultant consciousness, etc. So there are a lot of things, but anyway, within the one lessons, we cannot finish all things, we cannot explain. We just follow group A, definition of consciousness today. After that, if you have time, we can follow the B and C also. Okay, now the definition of consciousness. Now we have to go through the direct explanation coming from the Vibhanga. Lord Buddha explained. Tatta katamang sankhara paccaya vijnana. Here, what is the consciousness which is conditioned by formation? Because of formation is a condition, it's the consciousness arising. The hetu pala, cause and effect. Sankhara is a cause, vijnana is an effect. So according to the Mula textbook, they explaining vijnana. Actually, vijnana, we know chitta, no? Consciousness, no? But according to the here, explaining chakku vijnanam, eye consciousness, sota vijnanam, ear consciousness, ghana vijnanam, nose consciousness, jivha vijnanam, tongue consciousness, kaya vijnanam, body consciousness, mano vijnanam, mind consciousness, idang uchyati sankhara paccaya vijnana. This is called the consciousness conditioned by formation. Now, I think you are very familiar. Those are the name of consciousness. Chakku, sota, ghana, jivha, kaya, and mana. Independent origination, the consciousness conditioned by formation is only referring to the mundane resultant consciousness, Loki Vipaka. I think you know there are two types of Vipaka, no? Lokya Vipaka and Lokuttara Vipaka. Mundane resultant consciousness and supermundane resultant consciousness. But according to the here, we are taking only resultant consciousness are produced by formation. Which consciousness? Only mundane resultant consciousness. Supermundane consciousness, Lokuttara Vipaka Chitta, are excluded as they do not belong in the exposition of the round of rebirth, Vattakata, because Lokuttara Vipaka Chitta not including the Vattakata to Sansara. This is the overcome from the Sansara. The Lokuttara Chitta is arising for the overcome the Sansara. Someone after cut off the defilements, the arising Lokuttara resultant Chitta. Example, Sotapatti Magga. Sotapatti, after Sotapatti Magga, immediately rising Sotapatti Phala. Sotapatti Magga is a Lokuttara Kusala, Lokuttara Vipaka. The same way, the Sakadagami Magga Lokuttara Vipaka. Anagami Magga is a Lokuttara Kusala, Anagami Phala is a Lokuttara Vipaka. Arahatta Magga is a Lokuttara Kusala, Arahatta Phala is a Lokuttara Vipaka. Those are the four super mundane Lokuttara Vipaka, super mundane Vipaka, not including here, because the Paṭiccasamuppāda we are talking about the round of the rebirth, but the Sansara Vatta, Sansara, but the cycle of the Sansara. According to the here, the cause is a Sankhara. Cause is a Sankhara. Sankhara is a, we call Kusala, Akusala. We already studied before, no? Sankhara is a volition. Volition is Chetana. Which Chetana? Kusala Chetana and Akusala Chetana. Kusala Chetana, the three types of Kusala Chetana. Kamavachara Kusala Chetana, Rupavachara Kusala Chetana, and Arupavachara Kusala Chetana. And Akusala Chetana. They are all total 29. What are the 29? Do you remember? You can remind. Example, the 8 Kusala Chetana plus 12 Akusala Chetana, 20. And 5 Rupavachara Kusala Chetana and 4 Arupavachara Kusala Chetana. Total 29. Those are Kusala Chetana and Akusala Chetana. Those are volitions. It's a condition, Sankhara. Because of this Sankhara giving result, Vijnana arising. So this is actually this happening in the previous life, we are accumulating Sankhara. According to the Sankhara, we can get the result in this life, including Patisandhi, birth linking, Bhavanga, Chuti, etc. All are the mundane resultant consciousness arising because of the previous karma, kusala and akusala karma. That's why Lokuttara Chitta, Lokuttara Vipaka not include here. Excluded as they do not belong in the exposition of the round of rebirth. This is the meaning. Okay. Anyway, now there are in the total 32 all other Vipaka, no? There are how many? There are in the total 32 mundane resultant consciousness, Lokiya Vipaka. With the Lokuttara, they are all 36. But according here, I again remind 32 Vipaka Chitta. Anyway, they have the chart, very nice. We will organize the very good chart. First of all, you have the yellow color line. This is the 32 Vipaka Chitta, resultant consciousness. And after that, the 32 Vipaka Chitta, we divide into two lines. One line, Akusala Vipaka, unwholesome resultant. Another line, Kusala Vipaka, wholesome resultant. After that, total. Okay. This way, according to the Pali commentary also mentioned, Chakku Vijnanam Kusala Vipakam Akusala Vipakam Duvidang Hoti. The Chakku Vijnana, eye consciousness, there are two. What are the two? One is Akusala Vipaka, one is Kusala Vipaka. You see, our eye consciousness become don't misunderstand. There we have the two I, no? This two I mean, the one I is the kusala vipaka, one is akusala, but not the meaning. The two I's we are considered one I, one consciousness. So sometimes it depends on the object. Later also we can understand when we are seeing the good object, good color object, because of the good color object arising kusala vipaka I consciousness. When you are seeing the bad object, at the time akusala vipaka I consciousness. That's why the commentary mentioned chakku vinyana I consciousness. There are two ways. One is a kusala vipaka, one is a akusala vipaka. The total there are two. Same way, the sota vinyanas there are two. One is a kusala vipaka, one is a akusala vipaka. Ghana vinyana, so there are two. One is akusala vipaka, one is a kusala vipaka. Jivha vinyana, so there are two. One is a akusala vipaka, one is a kusala vipaka. Kaya vinyana, so there are two. One is a akusala vipaka, one is a kusala vipaka. Okay, so this is we call 10 vinyana. Then we can say the 10 vinyana. Especially they are total, they are 10, no? Okay. They are total, they are 10 vinyana. Those are 10 vinyana also vipaka mind, resultant consciousness. Next one, especially they got the Pali mentioned mano vinyana. You see the pink color line? Pink color, they have the mano vinyana. Now, total, there are 32 resultant consciousness. The 32 minus 10 become 22. The mano vinyana is called, there are 22 consciousness. 22 consciousness. What are the 22? According to the Pali commentary mentioned, mano vinyanam pana, mano vinyanam, the mind consciousness is kusala vipaka de mano dhatuyo. Kusala vipaka, akusala vipaka. There are the two mano dhatu, mind element. Under the mind element, there are two consciousness. One is kusala vipaka, one is akusala vipaka. Actually, mano dhatu is a sampatichana chitta, receiving consciousness. Receiving consciousness. Receiving consciousness, there are two. What are the two? One is a akusala vipaka, one is a kusala vipaka. The same way is tisso ahetuka mano vinyana dhatuyo. There are three types of mano vinyana dhatu, but those are three is a rootless ahetuka. Ahetuka, rootless mind consciousness element. Rootless mind consciousness element. There are three. What are the three? Actually, the rootless mind consciousness element means santirana chitta, investigating consciousness. Those are ahetuka manovinyana dhatu. There are three. One is akusala vipaka, two is kusala vipaka. Akusala vipaka we call Pali, do you remember? Upekka sahagata santirana chitta. Investigating consciousness with equanimity. But the kusala ahetu kusala vipaka santirna, there are two. We can divide into one is somanasa sahagata, one is upekka sahagata. Okay, that's why rootless mind consciousness element, there are three. Okay, there are three. After that, the Pali commentary mentioned atta sahetukani kamavachara vipaka chittani. There are 8 rooted sense sphere resultant consciousness. There are 8 rooted sense sphere resultant consciousness. There are 8 mahavipaka, great resultant. There are mahavipaka, great result. Actually, this is a kusala vipaka. There are 8 kusala vipaka. There are 8 kusala vipaka. Okay. So, now you see all the total. Now the 10 vinyana, 2 manodhatu, 3 ahetuka manovinyana dhatu, 8 great resultant. Total, there are 23. 23. You can see the color, the kama vachara vipaka. The sense sphere resultant consciousness, kama vachara vipaka. The 23 kama vachara vipaka. Okay. Okay. So this is the meaning. After that commentary mentioned, Pancha Rupavacharani. There are five fine material sphere consciousness. There are five. Also Kusal Vipaka. There are also five. And the Chattari Arupavacharani. There are four immaterial sphere consciousness. There are four. Arupavachar Vipaka, there are four. Resultant consciousness. Now, about the Manovinyana, how many chitta? Dva visati vidang hoti. The comment mentioned, there are 22 Manovinyana. There are 22 mind consciousness. Very nice, no? But Lord Buddha mentioned in the Mula, there are the Vinyana, there are 6 types of Vinyana: Chakku Vinyana, Sota Vinyana, Ghana Vinyana, Juha Vinyana, Kaya Vinyana, and Mano Vinyana. But there are no mention that place how many chitta, how we understand. Briefly, Lord Buddha explained. According to the commentary mentioned, Chakku Vinyana, there are 2. Sota Vinyana, there are 2. Ghana Vinyana, so there are 2. Jiva Vinyana, so there are 2. Kaya Vinyana, 2. There are 10 Vinyana. Mano Vinyana, there are 22 chitta. 22 chitta. Total 32 consciousness. There are 32 consciousness. So the 32 consciousness is now we can divide into 2 ways. One group is a Akusala Vipaka, one is a Kusala Vipaka. But there are 7 unwholesome resultant consciousness. There are 25 wholesome resultant consciousness. Okay, you understand? I think, yeah, okay, no? This is the commentary explanation. Anyway, after that, so we make the different chart. This one also for your understanding. The total, how many chitta? 89 chitta, no? Consciousness. Those are 89 consciousness. We can divide into 2, Loki and Lokuttara. There are 81 Loki chitta, mundane consciousness. There are 8 Lokuttara chitta, super mundane consciousness. Okay. So super mundane consciousness not including for our program. We already excluded. Okay, we have to exclude it. No, we are not going to talk here. And the 89 Lokiya chitta, mundane chitta also, we are dividing into 4 ways according to the nature of the consciousness. Jati, kusala, akusala, kiriya, vipaka, etc. Jati, the nature. So the 32 vipaka, the 32 vipaka chitta, and there are 12 akusala chitta, there are 17 kusala chitta, and 20 kiriya chitta. Okay, you see again, 89 loke chitta we can divide into 4 ways. 32 vipaka, 12 akusalas, 17 kusala, and 20 kiriya. According to our program, because our subject is the vipaka vinyana, we are calling, not the kusala vinyana, not the akusala vinyana, not the kiriya vinyana. Excluded 3 vinyana. Only we are talking vipaka vinyana, resultant consciousness. Those are resultant consciousness we can divide into 6 ways according to Buddha's teaching. Lord Buddha mentioned Chakku Vinyana, Sota Vinyana, Ghana Vinyana, Juha Vinyana, Kaya Vinyana, and Mano Vinyana. 32 resultant consciousness we divide into 6 groups, 6 ways. There are Chakku, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 22 Mano Vinyana. Okay, so the 22 Mano Vinyana also we can divide into 5 ways. 5 ways. The 22 Mano Vinyana also we can divide into 5 ways. Mano Dhatu, Ahetuka Mano Vinyana Dhatu, Kamavachara Maha Vipaka, Rupavachara Vipaka, and Arupavachara Vipaka. Mano Dhatu, there are two Sampaticchana, two receiving consciousness. One is Kusala Vipaka, one is Akusala Vipaka. And three Ahetuka Mano Vinyana Dhatu, rootless mind consciousness element. There are three Santirana. One is Akusala Vipaka, two is Kusala Vipaka. Now you see, one is the Akusala Vipaka, one is Kusala Vipaka. But the one is Akusala Vipaka, two is Kusala Vipaka, two Kusala Vipaka. And Akusala Vipaka they divide. One is Somanasa Sahagata, two is Upekka Sahagata. The three Ahetuka, three Santirana also. One is Somanasa Sahagata, two is Upekka Sahagata. And the Kamavachara Mahavipaka, they are great resultant, they are 8. And the 5 material resultant, they are 5. Immaterial resultant, they are 4. Okay, so this is also one of the summary. And for the understanding, I think you are okay. I think you are okay, no? But now we can go to the B. B is what's the meaning B? Overview of formations as condition for consciousness. Now, I think the number A already understand. You should keep your mind, because in the later B, C, etc. everywhere, we are take only the chitta name. And sometimes you have to memorize those are the chart explanation about the 32 resultant consciousness. Now we are depending with the an explanation with the 32 resultant consciousness only. Okay, now overview of formations as condition for consciousness. Okay, so now I think how we understand how is it to know that the mundane resultant consciousness Lokya Vipaka Chitta mentioned above is a condition by formation. Okay, now the Pali comment say Katang Panetang Jani Thabbang. How we understand? What is the understanding? Idang Uttapakarang Vinyanang Sankar Pachya Hoti. All are the things. Depending mention about the condition by formation. Okay. Katam Paneta. Now the Uttapakaram Vinyanam Sankara Pachyati. Now according to Pali, the Lord Buddha, explaining, because there is no karma result, vipaka, when there is no accumulated karma or stored up. That's why they mentioned, Pali mentioned, Pali they say, Upachita kamma bhave vipaka bhavatu. Upachita kamma bhave vipaka bhavatu. Now the joint word, no? Upachita kamma abhave. Upachita kamma abhave vipaka abhavu. You see, if there are no karma, if someone not accumulating the karma, not arising resultant. Okay, this is a meaning. So now this then another explanation I have. Vipakang hetang vipakancha na upachita kamma bhave uppajjati. Vipakang hetang vipakancha na upachita kamma bhave uppajjati means, and this resultant consciousness is karma result, and karma result does not arise without accumulated karma, because always the vipaka arising after accumulating karma. Okay, this is the meaning. If vipaka resultant can arise without accumulated karma, then all kind of resultant consciousness would arise in the all kind of beings, and they do not do so. Yadi uppajjaya sabbesan sabba vipākan uppajjayun. Nacha uppajjanteti. It means yadi uppajjaya sabbesan sabba vipākani uppajjayu. Nacha uppajjati. Means the accumulated karma. And now is the upachita karma is accumulated karma. Sankara is a formation. And you see, because we are accumulating karma in the past life. Because of that, we can get the resultant mind now, in the present. Okay. Otherwise, vipaka mind cannot arise. A good example. Someone now after practice meditation, he became arahaship, already arahat. So after arahat, he already cut off the sankara. His mind visankara gatanchitna, visankara, no more sankara. Means no more arising any of the kusala or akusala chetana. He already cut off. Because of that, he not going to accumulate any of the karma. He not accumulate. He already cut off the old sankara. So because of that, he cannot reborn again. He don't have any new life. So that's why always whoever accumulating karma, he can see the vipaka in future, in next life, especially because the present karmas vipaka arising in future. But this one also another explanation. That's why the karma, the chetana is a karma, no? Is the two-way nanakanika karma and sahajata karma. But later we can understand. So, but anyway, you have to know. Therefore, resultant consciousness as formation as its condition. Okay. So now please refer to the table in the following page showing which kind of consciousness has which kind of formation as it is condition. Now the Pali also mentioned commentary. Katara sankara paccaya katara viññānaṁ. Which sankara giving result for the which viññāna? Sankara is a formation. Which kind of formation arising? Okay. Which kind of consciousness giving this is arising because of which kind of formation? Now the sankara is a condition. Viññāna is a the sankara is a cause. Viññāna is an effect. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Okay. So just you follow the Pali commentary together with the table. This was very nice explained. But the Lord Buddha, the commentary mentioned, Kāmāvacara puññābhi sankhāra paccaya tāva kusala vipākāni panca chakku viññānādīni mano viññāne eka mano dhātu dve mano viññāna dhātuyo atta kāmāvacara maha vipākāni solasa. Okay, very good explanation. They mentioned Kāmāvacara puññābhi sankhāra paccaya. Puññābhi sankhāra, meritorious formations. Meritorious formation. Now you know puññābhi sankhāra we can divide into two ways. One group Kāmāvacara puññābhi sankhāra. The sense we are the Kāmāvacara puññābhi sankhāra. The 8 Kāmāvacara kusala ceta we call Kāmāvacara puññābhi sankhāra. Okay. And the Rūpāvacara puññābhi sankhāra, there are 5 Rūpāvacara jhana consciousness we call Rūpāvacara sankhāra. Now puññābhi sankhāra there are 2, no? Now they commented just now, they are taking only the Kāmāvacara kusala, Kāmāvacara sankhāra. The Kāmāvacara sankhāra, the first of all you have to explain Kāmāvacara puññābhi sankhāra. The meritorious formation of sense sphere, the Kāmāvacara. So this is a sankhara. But the viññāna can arise 16 viññāna. This is the soulless viññāna. How we understand? They got the Pali mention kusala vipākāni panca chakku viññānādīni. Kusala vipākāni panca chakku viññānādīni. Wholesome resultant eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose, tongue, body. Those are 5 consciousness. Vipaka, kusala, vipaka. There are 5 consciousness. After that, mano vinyane eka. Mano dhatu. Kusala vipaka mano dhatu, only one. Wholesome, resultant mind element. Mind element. Okay, but the receiving consciousness. Upekka sahagata, sampaticca, receiving mind. Dve mano vinyana dhatu yo. Kusala vipaka, mano vinyana dhatu, there are 2. Wholesome, resultant, mind consciousness element, there are 2. One is upekka sahagata, one is somana sahagata. After that say, atta kamavachara mahavipakani. Kamavachara mahavipakani. Since we are great resultant consciousness, there are 8. Now you see, there are 5 panchavinyana. 1 is manodhatu, 2 is manovinyana dhatu, 8 mahavipaka. Total there are 16. There are 16. Actually, the Ola thing also we under the first book of Abidhamma, Dhamma Sangani book, already mentioned, already explained. Kama vacharasya, kusalasya, kammasya, katatta, upachitatta, vipakam, chakku vinyānam uppannam hoti. The Lord Buddha mentioned. Now the kusala vipaka eye consciousness rising because of you already accumulate wholesome karma in the past life, in the past. Because of that, you can see the result. Wholesome resultant eye consciousness. Same way, ear, nose, tongue, body. So they explain. Okay. About the next punya visankhara. According to the Pali, they say, Rupavachara punya visankhara pacchaya. Rupavachara punya visankhara. Fine material meritorious formations. Fine material sphere meritorious formations. There are 5. 5 kusala chitta. 5. The first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, and fifth jhana. There are 5 jhana. This way we are explaining by the word jhana. So after that, because of the 5 jhana arising, 5 vipaka. Pancha rupavachara vipakani. There are 5 vipaka arising. How we understand? This one also explaining under the first book of Dhamma Sangani. Explain because the resultant, the first kosa, first jhana giving the result, first vipaka. The second jhana, the second vipaka. Third jhana, third vipaka. Fourth jhana, fourth vipaka. Fifth jhana, fifth vipaka. So anyway, we have to understand, but I am not going to explain their different. They have a different explanation, but because according to the plane, the first jhana level, second jhana level, fourth jhana level. According to Mahathir is coming. Now the 5 rupavachara kusala chitta and 5 arupavachara kusala chitta. Okay, so the 5 rupavachara kusala chitta and 5 rupavachara vipaka chitta. Sorry. Now you see there are 13 and 21. 13 is punya visankhara. 8 kusala, 8 kamavachara kusala and 5 rupavachara kusala. There are 13 kusala chetana. Because of 13 kusala chetana giving result 21. Because of 13 kusala, the 13 chetana giving the kusala chetana giving the 21 vipaka. Okay, they can produce 21 vipaka. What are the 25? 16 plus 5. Okay, the 21 vipaka. Okay, after that, the commentary they mentioned, they say that actually Punyavi Sankara Pachya Eka Visada Vinyanam Hoti. Eka Visati Vidham Vinyanam Hoti. The policy comment say. They say the Punyavi Sankara Pachya because of meritorious formations giving result 21 Vinyana arising. 21 Vinyana arising. Okay. Okay, next the Pali. Apunyabi Sankara Pachya Pana Akusala Vipakani arising. Okay. Apunyabi Sankara Pachya. Demeritorious formations. Apunyabi Sankara. Now the demeritorious formation is 12 akusala. 12 akusala. Unwholesome. 12 akusala. Now they say 12 akusala chitta can produce 7 vipaka. 7. What are the 7? They say akusala vipakani pancha chakku vinyana dini. There are 5 consciousness. Akusala vipaka consciousness, ear consciousness, nose, tongue and body. And akusala vipaka mano dhatu, unwholesome resultant mind element. That means the receiving mind. And akusala vipaka mano vinyana dhatu, only one, resultant mind consciousness element. Santirun chitta. So the 5 chitta is 5 pancha vinyana, 6 is a mano dhatu, 7 is a mano vinyana. Total there are 7. Okay, now akusala, the akusala chitta there are 12 and the vipaka there are 7. Okay. Akusala, the akusala chitta there are 12, vipakas there are 7. Okay, now the next one is we call Aninjabi Sankara. Aninjabi Sankara. Aninjabi Sankara, imperturbable formation. Actually, we can see that Aninjabi Sankara is a immaterial sphere wholesome consciousness. There are 4. Akasanan Chayatana Kusala Chitta, Vinyanan Chayatana Kusala Chitta, Akin Chanyayatana Kusala Chitta, Nevasanya Nasanyata Kusala Chitta. There are 4 Kusala Chitta. Those are 4 Kusala Chitta also giving vipaka. 4 Aropavachar vipaka, immaterial sphere resultant consciousness arising. Now, the total, how they explaining, they say the Sankara Pachya Vinyana. Sankara Pachya Vinyana. Sankara is called Lokiya Kusala Chetana and Akusala Chetana. Mundane, wholesome and unwholesome volition. There are 29. This is Sankara. Because of Sankara arising Vinyana, Lokiya Vipaka Chitta. Mundane resultant consciousness. Mundane resultant consciousness. So this is now you see the 29 Chetana can produce 32 Vinyana. Actually, the accord here we can say 29 is a Kamma Vinyana. Kamma consciousness. Kamma with the similar word Kamma Vinyana, Kamma consciousness. 32 is Vipaka Vinyana, resultant consciousness. Resultant consciousness. So this is this way also you also can understand. Anyway, after that explaining, the next page you can see number C. The occurrence of resultant consciousness. This is the how we understand resultant consciousness. The which moment, which place. Because the function we can say, but they are different way. But how we understand, because now we know namely how many vipaka chitta, how many the mundane vipaka chitta, how many lokuttara vipaka chitta. The mundane vipaka chitta also we can divide into 4 kamavachara vipaka, ropavachara vipaka, aropavachara vipaka, and the kamavachara vipaka also we can divide into kusala vipaka and akusala vipaka, etc. Now we have to memorize. Now we know, we have the mind, everything have in your heart. But how we apply, how we understand chitta process in our daily life, how we understand. Now this is a way, numbers under the sea. the occurrence of resultant consciousness. Now, you know, there are these 32 resultant consciousness occur in two ways. They are two ways. One is Pavatti, one is Paṭiccasamuppāda. During the course of existence, Pavatti. The Paṭiccasamuppāda at the moment of rebirth linking. Very important, no? Because there are two ways, Paṭiccasamuppāda and Pavatti. Paṭiccasamuppāda and Pavatti. So, now you see the Vachita process. The brief one process, no? Paṭiccasamuppāda and Pavatti. Now, example, you see they were the new life, one of the new life. The Paṭiccasamuppāda moment, rebirth linking moment, we have the mark. After Paṭiccasamuppāda Titi moment, after Paṭiccasamuppāda Titi moment 2, until end of the Chuti, Banga of the Chuti. During the whole the life we call Pavatti, cause of existence. Cause of the existence. Example now, I am the bhikkhu. The Paṭiccasamuppāda moment already passed. Paṭiccasamuppāda moment, rebirth linking. After Titi of the Paṭiccasamuppāda, until I'm running the life until the death, the moment, the whole things we call cause of the existence, Pavatti. Okay. Now Paṭiccasamuppāda is only one, the sub-my moment, Paṭiccasamuppāda. But the other, all the thing we call Pavatti. So the 32 resultant consciousness can be divided into the following two categories. Following two categories according to their occurrence. Okay, now the occurrence. So how we understand now chitta. Now do you remember the how many vipaka chitta? Manda vipaka chitta? 32. 32 vipaka chitta we can divide in two categories. One is a Pavatti group, one is a Paṭiccasamuppāda group. Now you see the chart. The only during the course of existence, Pavatti Niyama, Pavatti Maya. In the 5 aggregate existence, example, only we are talking about the Panchavokara, in the 5 aggregate existence. Especially the human world and the Deva world. And already the 4 apaya being also included there. But the rupa, the fine material being, rupavachara being, the Brahma also, including Panchavokara Bhava, they also include the 5 aggregate existence, but they are not yet complete all other Vijnana. Example, they have only eye and ear, but don't have nose, tongue, body. Because of that, you have to understand very clearly. Okay. Now this is the Pavatti line and Paṭiccasamuppāda line. The Pavatti only during the course of existence. There are 13 chitta, 13 resultant consciousness. 10 Dve Pancha Vijnana, twin fine consciousness. Now do you remember? Twin 5 consciousness, 2 eye, 2 ear, 2 nose, 2 tongue, 2 body. Those are 10 consciousness. We call the Pancha Vijnana. They are 10. And they Mano Dhatu, 2 mind element. One is a Akusala Vipaka receiving mind, one is a Kusala Vipaka receiving mind. And the one more is a Somanasa Sahagata Ahetuka Mano Vijnana Dhatu. Rootless mind consciousness element accompanied by pleasure. Happy. Yeah, pleasure. So this is we call only Pavatti. Okay. Next one, next line. There are 19 chitta. 19 chitta we call Pavatti and Paṭiccasamuppāda, both. Paṭiccasamuppāda and Pavatti, both included under the 19. During the course of existence as well as at rebirth linking in the 3 existences. Tesu bhavesu. 3 existences. Kama bhava, rupa bhava, arupa bhava. But we have to understand according to the way. Now you should follow. There are 2. Dve upekka sahagata ahetuka manovinyana dhatu. Dve upekka sahagata ahetuka manovinyana dhatu. Two rootless mind consciousness element accompanied by equanimity. One is a akusala vipaka, one is a kusala vipaka. Okay. There are 8 atta kamavachara maha vipakani. There are 8 since we are great resultant consciousness. And pancha rupavachara, 5 fine material sphere consciousness, resultant consciousness. 4 chattari arupavachara, 4 immaterial sphere resultant consciousness. Okay. Now there are 19. 13 only for Pavatti, 19 Pavatti and Paṭiccasamuppāda both. Okay. This is the meaning of the how we understand Pavatti and Paṭiccasamuppāda. There are 2 ways, no? We already know. Okay, next page, they are explaining. Again, we get the chart. You see the chart? The 89 chitta divided to Loki and Lokuttara, and the Lokiya chitta we divided the 4 way. Loki Vipaka, Akusala group, Kusala group, Kiriya group, and the Vipaka group was we divide into 2 eye consciousness, 2 ear, 2 nose, 2 tongue, 2 body, and 22 manovinyana. Now 22 manovinyana also we divide 2 manodhatu, 3 ahetuk manovinyana dhatu, 8 kamavachara mahavipaka, 5 rupavachara vipaka, 4 arupavachara vipaka. So now you see they have the one line, they color the pink color, one line, pink color. It's a pink color group, pink color line. Those are pink color ones. 13 only during course of existence Pavatti. Okay, because the including Kaya Vinyana also pink color. Okay, so but I think they have the very clear. After that, explaining 19, the green color, rebirth, linking, and during course of existence, Paṭiccasamuppāda and Pavatti. They are both. Okay, you have to keep your mind. 13 chitta only Pavatti, but 19 chitta Paṭiccasamuppāda as well as Pavatti also. Okay. So this one also you have to keep your mind. Otherwise, you cannot carry on these lessons. Okay, so step by step, you have to read and by heart. You have to keep your mind, and you have to memorize. It is good for you, and we have to understand our life. What is this life? What is the now? We can this is a vipaka chitta, this is a vipaka period. Which kind of thing I have done before? So you have to read your mind. You have to read your life after listening, after reading those are Dhamma. That's why Lord Buddha one day mentioned Dhamma is like mirror. Dhamma is like mirror to see your life, see your face and whatever you are. Your body and your whatever you're looking. So this is a mirror, no? The example. After we study and after read this Dhamma, you can see and you can recognize your chitta, your vipaka chitta. Now the rising kusala vipaka or akusala vipaka, etc. You can understand. Okay. Next page, they are explaining. So the C also there are few group. No, do you remember? There are few group. The C number 1, number 2, number 3, etc. So number 1, occurrence during the course of existence, Pavatti. I think maybe I try to explain this one also. Occurrence during the course of existence, Pavatti. Now we will analyze how these 32 mundane result consciousness occur during the course of existence. Pavati. But firstly, we will analyze the 13 resultant consciousness that will only occur during the course of existence, Pavati, in the 5 aggregate existence. Now, do you remember, no? And we will look at this by way of an IDO process as an example of a typical FIDO process. So now you see, now the because the now very familiar this chitta process, no? Now you see there are the the number 1 to 17. Be a Bhavanga, Bhavanga Chalana, Bhavanga Upacheda, etc. until to Tadarammana. Okay. So I think so basically you have to understand what is the chitta process. Okay. The lifespan of object, there's 17 mind movement. Object arising, object when the object impinges the eye, the same moment impinges the heart. That's why the first bhavanga arising. Okay. After 3 bhavanga arising, FIDO adverting consciousness in the heart. But after that arising eye consciousness in the eye base. After that again receiving consciousness arising in your heart base. After investigating, after that the Uttapana. Uttapana is a determining consciousness. After that arising 7 javana, impulsion consciousness. After that 2 registration, Tadarammana mind. So there the vipaka chitta, the sum of the vipaka chitta, including process. Sum of vipaka chitta, not including the process. We call it the viti chitta, viti mutta chitta. Viti chitta is the including the process, and the viti mutta freed process, free from the process. So according here, 3 bhavanga, especially bhavanga chitta, not including, not we are going to count in the process. So bhavanga chitta freed from process. Okay, viti mutta. But FIDO adverting consciousness number 4. This is the under the 4. They're the key. K is a Kriya chitta, function. Yeah, functional mind. So not include. After that, there are the green color. There are 3 vipaka. I see the vipaka resultant mind. The Chakku Viññāna, Sampaticchana, Santirana. Chakku Viññāna, Sampaticchana, Santirana. And 2 Tadarammana. 2 Tadarammana. Okay. Those are 5 chitta. 5 chitta, we can say Pavati. Pavati Vipaka. Cause of existence of resultant consciousness. Chakku Viññāna, Sampaticchana, Santirana, and 2 Tadarammana. Okay. After that, so now you know about the vipaka chitta, no? Okay. But the after that you have to know this is the eye process. Only we are get example a Chakku Viññāna in the eye door process. But if you're in the ear door process, and at the time now the number 5 changing, Sota Viññāna. When the nose door process, Ghana Viññāna. Tongue door process, Juha Viññāna. Body door process, Khai Viññāna. This way also we have to add, we have to know. This is only just we take only one example. Okay, next the page. They are explained the wholesome resultant eye consciousness, Kusala Vipaka Chakku Viññāna. Because now this process example Kusala object. This can be for a being who is reborn in a woeful place or pleasant place. Duggati or Sugati. Okay, good place, good someone reborn in the woeful place, or maybe bad destination, bad existence. But someone reborn in the good existence, Sugati, Duggati and Sugati. This occurs only when his relevant faculties mature. Some being may be born without certain sense faculties. Example, Pa-Auk born, Andaj, and worm born, Jalabucha beings. The sense faculties do not appear at the rebirth linking. They develop and mature subsequently. The wholesome resultant eye consciousness Chakkudwara. I do. But the function, accomplished its functions, seen, dasana. What is the function of the eye consciousness? Dasana. Taking as object, aramana. This is aramana, visible object, ruparamana, which is desirable or moderately desirable. Ittaramana or ittamajjatar, good or the very good. Example now, the Pali they say the desirable and very desirable or moderately desirable. Ati ittaramana. So ittamajjatarama. With the support as material base, Vattu is a eye sensitivity, eye base for the eye chakku viññāna. Taking is the place, dhana, in the mental process between Fido-adverting consciousness and receiving consciousness. Okay, so this is the meaning of the chakku viññāna. Now you see, chakkudwara, the process, but chakkudwara say, kicca arammana vattu, yes, the Pali is mentioned, no? Kicca arammana vattu tahana. Kicca arammana vattu tahana. The kicca is a dasana, arammana is a visible object, what is eye base, harness between Fido-adverting consciousness and receiving consciousness. Okay, this is the eye consciousness. Okay, just follow next one. Next chitta is a akusala vipaka chakku viññāna. The unwholesome result eye consciousness also same. It is the same way that the unwholesome resultant eye consciousness will arise, with the only exception that is take the visible object which is undesirable or moderately undesirable. Anitto, anitta majjata. Only different our object. The itta and itta majjata for the resultant of the wholesome resultant of eye consciousness. Anitta and anitta majjata object for eye consciousness of unwholesome resultant. Okay, the only different. About the sota viññāna, in the case of the ear consciousness, sota viññāna, appear in the ear door process, accomplished in the function of hearing, savana, hearing, taking as object and audible or object sound, the sound object, depending on the ear sensitivity, Sugatavamsa as the base. The place the same in the mental process in the similarity between Fido-adverting consciousness and receiving consciousness. Same way follow the gahana viññāna. Gahana Vijnana appear in the nose door. Nose door. And the function is not the sound, the smelling. And the object is a smell, the Gandharaman. And but the nose is a Vatu is a nose base, the nose sensitivity. The tan is the same between the five door adverting consciousness and receiving consciousness. So same way, Juha Vijnana, Kaya Vijnana also we have to understand. Okay, the next page, please. The explaining already, the all together combined. You see? Now the rest can be understood similarly as the table. Now but now you saw eye consciousness or kusala vipaka both in the eye door, visible object, eye base, seen. Okay. Ear consciousness also, one is kusala vipaka, one akusala vipaka, ear door, sound object, ear base, hearing. Nose consciousness, one is kusala vipaka and akusala vipaka, nose door, smell object, nose base, smelling. This is the kitchen. And the tongue consciousness, Jiva Vijnana, tongue door, taste object, tongue base, tasting. Sign. And the body consciousness, one is kusala vipaka, one is akusala vipaka, but both are in the body door, tangible object, and body base, touching. And the place, Thana, all are the five consciousness between five door adverting consciousness and receiving consciousness. Okay, this is a summary of the understanding of the five Pancha Vijnana. Okay, according to Pali commentary mentioned. They say, for the object, Aramana, the wholesome kusala, result of consciousness, take the respective desirable, itta, or moderately desirable, itta majjata, object. While the unwholesome, akusala result of consciousness, take the undesirable, anitto, anitta majjata object. Okay, this is a different only the chart. Next, after that, now you see for the 10 type of twin fine consciousness, above only the fixed niyata when analyzed in the term of the five aggregates as follow. They are fixed niyata when analyzed in the term of the five five categories as follow. Five categories. Because there are, what are the five? Dwara, the Pali say Dwara, Aramana, and Vattu, Dwara, Aramana, Vattu, Thana, Kitcha. Yeah. This is a meaning. But the Dwara, door, fixed niyata. Eye consciousness always arises in the eye door. Similar, other four consciousness also, they are respective door. Ear consciousness in the ear door, nose consciousness in the nose door, tongue consciousness in the tongue door, body consciousness in the body door. Object also fixed niyata. Eye consciousness always take only visible object. Ear consciousness always take sound object. Nose consciousness take only smell object. Tongue consciousness take only tasting object. Body consciousness always take the tangible object. That is niyata. Base also fixed niyata. Eye consciousness is in the eye base as well as ear base for the ear consciousness, nose base for nose consciousness, tongue base for the tongue consciousness, body base for the body consciousness. about the tahana, fixed or niyata, because all the sense consciousness always arise at the same place in the five-door process, in the between the five-door adverting consciousness and receiving consciousness. Which also they are fixed. The eye consciousness always accomplish the function of seeing. Others, they're similar, no? In other sense consciousness always accomplish their respective functions. Okay, please refer to the various table in Appendix A for the analysis of all consciousness in terms of the categories of the door, dwara, object, base, place, and functions. Okay, the later when you are free, or if you want to know, you also can see and can understand. I think after that, number 17 page, we are going to the wholesome resultant mind element. Kusala Vipaka Manodhatu. So I think maybe okay, this one also maybe try to finish, no? There are few page, no? The wholesome resultant mind element, Kusala Vipaka Manodhatu. Wholesome resultant receiving consciousness, Kusala Vipaka, some Paṭiccasamuppāda, arises immediately after the wholesome resultant eye consciousness or other, after eye consciousness or ear, nose, tongue, body. Okay, and in the respective five-door mental process. Function is a receiving some Paṭiccasamuppāda. Aramana taking the same object as the previous sense consciousness, because in the eye-door process, the eye consciousness take whatever visible object, same object follow the some Paṭiccasamuppāda also. Then the base also hard base. But the unwholesome result of the mind element, Akusala Vipaka Manodhatu, the resultant receiving consciousness, okay, Akusala Vipaka Sampaṭiccasamuppāda, arises immediately after the unwholesome resultant eye consciousness. Now, do you remember? When the Akusala Vipaka eye consciousness arising, after that, the arising the receiving consciousness also Akusala Vipaka. Cannot be changed. Cannot be changed. The same way, therefore, they have to understand. And the same as above, except the object will be undesirable or moderately undesirable. And after that, explain about the manodhatu, for the two mind element, manodhatu of receiving consciousness, dwara is aniyata. Aniyata is a variable, cannot fix. They can occur in the eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, or body door. So they are variable by door. Object also aniyata, variable. They take visible object in the eye door, sound for the ear door, smell for the nose door, taste for the tongue door, tangible for the body door. They are variable by object. The vatu also fixed, niyata. Because why? Always the arise depending on the heart base. Place also fixed, niyata. They always arise after sense consciousness and before the investigative. That means the between five consciousness and investigative consciousness. Which also fixed, niyata. They always accomplished by function of receiving. Only the whatever the five consciousness take object. This is the next is receiving, that receive the whatever they take. Okay, so this is the meaning. After that, there are also another thing, rootless mind consciousness element accompanied by pleasure. Somana sahagata ahetuka manovinyana dhatu. Wholesome resultant investigating consciousness accompanied by pleasure, happy, the somanasa chitta. It arises in the two possible places. This one I think maybe better we go next time, because I have to take chitta process also for the example to teach, to explain. I think should be we follow next time. Okay. So if you yeah, I think yeah. So just you keep your mind. I think today we understand about the vinyana, vipaka vinyana. There are mainly the 6 kind of vipaka vinyana, and the total there are 32 mundane vipaka vinyana, and how we understand, how we apply. Now we are discussing to clarify the vinyana, how the pavati vinyana, how they arise during the chitta process. Still we are talking. So I think maybe the next week we can continue our next lessons. This lesson we can continue. So today also, after listening and the sharing Dhamma, we already accumulated a lot of the meritorious formations, Punya Visankara, the listening Dhamma and reading Dhamma, and the translating Dhamma, giving Dhamma, and the all are together. We have already accumulated a lot of wholesome. Those are wholesome, the giving good result in present, in future also. But anyway, the main goal is Nibbana. May all of you be healthy and well and happy all the time, attain Nibbana soon. Thank you very much, Bante, to translate the today also Dhamma talk. May Bante be healthy, may Bante be well and happy all the time, may Bante be free from all suffering and attain Nibbana soon. And especially the brother JJ is organizing and preparing the lessons. And brother JJ is very hard work to the type those are lessons. Sadhu Sadhu brother JJ and sister Jane, and the sister Failing also. They also giving the good time, and they spend a lot of time for the preparing the lesson, especially the Pali and English term to have translated to Chinese. The sister Failing, they take time. But anyway, all are together, we are accumulating wholesome, good kusala during the sasana period. May all of you be healthy and well and happy. Today also, many of the audience, many people that participate for the listening Dhamma. May all of you be healthy and well and happy, free for all suffering, and attain Nibbana. So, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Repeat after me. Idam me punyang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Idam me punyang nibbanassa paccayo hotu. Mama punya bhagang sabba sattanang bhajemi. Te sabbe me samang punya bhagang labhantu. Buddha sasanang cirang tiṭṭhatu. Buddha sasanang cirang tiṭṭhatu. Buddha sasanang cirang tiṭṭhatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sukhi.